Hi, boys and girls. This is Ms. Kathy. I'm so happy you've joined me today for another story just for you. Chapter 3, The Bully Brothers. We sure have a lot of homework tonight, Maria said as she stuffed books and papers into her backpack. And we have to study for tomorrow's math test. How am I supposed to get all that done and still go to the library with you? Oh, come on, Maria, Sammy said as he zipped up his pack. Aren't you even a little curious to know if there's a secret room in Mr. Chambers' house? And even more curious as to why he would need one? Yeah, it is pretty strange, Maria said. But then Mr. Chambers is awfully strange. The high school girl who lives down the street from me said he's crazy. He never even comes out of his house, you know. I wonder what he does all day. Maybe he does something in his secret room, Sammy said. The two started down the hall toward the third grade room. You guys ready? Sammy asked Chris and DeeDee. In a minute, DeeDee said. I forgot a book. A moment later, she returned from the room. Then the four friends began the 6-block walk to the library. As they cut across the play yard in the direction of downtown, they waved to a few other friends. Soon they were on the main street to the library. I wonder what Willie and Jenny are doing today, Maria asked. I wish they could have come along with us. Yeah, me too, Sammy said, but there was no time to tell them. I have to get this report ready for tomorrow. Boy, I feel sorry for Willie and Jenny, DeeDee said. Why? Maria asked. They have those mean brothers, Larry and Doug, at their school, DeeDee answered. We only had to put up with them during our game. Imagine having to see them every day. Before anyone could reply, the twin bullies appeared across the street. Hey, there goes the goody-goody kids, Doug yelled. Sammy, DeeDee, Chris, and Maria looked at each other. Yeah, they stick together because they're weird, Larry said. Why are they being mean and making fun of us? DeeDee asked. I don't know, Chris said. Maybe they're jealous because we're all friends. If they were nicer, they might have friends too, Maria said. The brothers continued their taunts and jeers. Sammy, DeeDee, Chris, and Maria tried to ignore the twins. They walked faster, though, hoping they'd be past the boys soon. But then the brothers turned and started walking in the same direction, although they stayed on the opposite side of the street. Why are they saying those things about us? DeeDee asked. They don't even know us. It's just like in the slavery days, Sammy answered. People didn't like the slaves simply because they had black skin. Maybe Larry and Doug don't like us because they think we're different. Let's just keep going. The library's not too far ahead. They walked on in silence, but they kept glancing at the boys across the street. Larry and Doug were silent now, too, but they kept walking and staring at the shoebox kids. Suddenly, they began to cross the street. Oh, no, Sammy said. They're crossing over. They're just trying to scare us, Maria said. Well, it's working, DeeDee said as she began walking so fast that she was almost running. Don't run, Chris said. That's exactly what they want us to do. Look at that one run, Larry hollered. Do you think the others will run too? Doug asked. Let's find out, they yelled together. As they began running toward the shoebox kids, Sammy, Chris, and Maria ran to catch up with DeeDee. They raced up the street with the twins not far behind. Sammy knew the library was still 3 blocks away. Could they run that far? Just ahead was Mr. Chambers' house. No help to be found there, Sammy thought. He glanced over his shoulder. The brothers were still chasing them. Dear God, Sammy said breathlessly, please help us outrun those bullies, or make them stop, or something. As the shoebox kids approached Mr. Chambers' house, they saw a figure come out the front door. Look, Maria said, it's Mr. Chambers. What's he doing? Chris asked. It sounded like he said, Hey kids, come here, DeeDee said. Oh, great, Sammy said. Not only are those mean bullies after us, but creepy Mr. Chambers is too.
The story you have heard today is a chapter of The Shoebox Kids, Book 9, The Secret of the Hidden Room, written by Nancy Speck, edited and created by Jerry D. Thomas, and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.